Hello, welcome back to Blade Runner with me, Chris, as the game runner. It's been a few weeks since we played because it's been a bit difficult to get everyone together. So I'll do a quick recap to get everyone up to speed with where we were. Hopefully we'll all get going fairly quickly. But first, let's have a quick introduction to the players and what characters they are playing. Can we kick off, please, with B?
Hi, I'm B. I'm playing Oelsen Bakker, a human enforcer for the LAPD. Is that right?
The character archetype is human enforcer, yes, but you're all LAPD police, replicant detect unit, so yeah, everyone's a
Yeah.
officer. Bruce?
Hi, I'm Bruce. I am playing William Novak, a grizzled veteran inspector.
Okay, and Andy?
Hi, I'm Andy, and I'm playing Percival, who is a replicant analyst and completely
Hey,
fresh-faced and keen as mustard.
fresh face, keen as mustard. So one replicant and two humans. Everyone's had a little bit of experience in the replicant detect unit in the Los Angeles Police Department. They have been summoned in last session to the Deputy Chief Holden's office, where they were assigned there as a matter of some urgency to track down a missing replicant police officer, a member of the replicant detect unit, codenamed Leah. They have been given some basic information about her. You should have a mugshot, which I haven't shared with you yet, which isn't very efficient of me. So let me just take care of that. Make you all observers so you can see it when you need to. And so that is the person you're looking for.
That's Leah.
She is a member of the replicant tech unit, like yourselves. She was apparently at a establishment near to where
Oh, Chris, have you lost your audio, or is that just me?
I thought it was me. Yeah.
Sorry, that was
No.
me. It has my audio has one of these annoying little things which, as I move around the place gesticulating, which you can't even see, you sometimes click by mistake. That was my fault. Sorry.
That's right. You're back now.
So Leah and her partner Sandor were involved in doing some kind of case at a place called the Snake Pit. Trouble broke out. You have got some information about the nature of that trouble, and she is missing, and Sandal is dead. Sandal is in the morgue downstairs from Holden's office, and no one seems to have a clue where Leah is. He seems to have gone missing. You also went to the offices of the Wallace Corporation, who are now run the production and maintenance of replicants. And they are deeply concerned that one of their replicants has been kidnapped. There are plenty of organizations and people that acutely dislike replicants for various reasons, and Wallace strongly suspect that it's somebody trying to muscle in on their territory, and taking a replicant off the streets is considered really bad news. Plus, of course, from Holden's point of view, taking a Blade Runner off the streets is really bad news. So you have been assigned to investigate. Two of you, I believe it was Percival and Bakker, went to the Snake Pit and interrogated the people present there, where he discovered that in the night before there had been a scuffle involving some pro-humanity activists. There had been replicant dancing on stage, and they started hurling abuse. They went from abuse to objects and then to assaulting the stage. Several people stepped in to try and protect her, including the two Blade Runners who rushed into the fray. There was a gunshot, a very loud gunshot, and when everyone had run off in a panic, Sandor lay dead in the middle of the room. You have done a quick search of the room. You dug a bullet out of the broken mirror, and you sent that back to the crime labs for analysis. And you interrogated the owner and the dancer whose name was Iris. And I'm just kicking myself and not being able to name the owner
The owner
straight
is
off
Taffy
hand.
Lewis.
That's a fact, Taffy Lewis.
Yeah, I've been pulling up the various screenshots that you share with us.
Thank you. Okay.
I can't find the
So,
screenshots.
and they gave a picture of a bit of a chaotic brawl taking place with between the people involved, which the two people run into. And
Sorry, just to be, if you go to the icons on the top right, fifth one along is journal, and there should be a
Yeah.
folder called Case File 01 Electric Dreams. If you open that,
Yeah.
then there's something called Electric Dreams handouts, and it's in there. Leah's
I
mugshot, Quell's mugshot. I'm not sure who Quell is. We need to come to that one in a sec. I think that's what Bruce was doing.
Yes,
Taffy
correct.
Lewis, Iris, etc. Have you got them? Yeah.
I've only unless I'm doing something wrong, I've only got. Oh, I see. It's along the side here. Ignore me. Yep, I'm just dumb.
Yep. Yep.
Carry on.
Okay.
Yep. Karen, Chris.
Right.
Sorry, Chris.
Meanwhile, as you were doing that, as you've correctly surmised, Novak went across to the Wallace Corporation offices where he met their PA, public relations person named Quell, where she emphasised the importance of this this case to them, and was frankly more interested in getting information than giving it. But you did manage to find out a few bits and pieces about the case as it goes on. Wallace Corp. Just double check here. Now you have got a bunch of, you were given a large amount of paper information, a big file, which needs someone to go through it at some point. However, I should have watched it before. Did you find out? You'll find them out, right? Apologies, it's been a few weeks. But you found out that Leah was a competent officer, but yes, you did find out, discover that she has failed a few of her baseline tests recently and has been brought in for recalibration. This is something that happens to replicants when things aren't going particularly well for them.
Right. I've got some other notes.
Good.
Leah knows Sykes. No, not Sykes. So Styles.
Guy called Styles, yes. He, you saw him on the standing outside the building. In actual fact, Iris identified him as somebody who rushed in to help her when the Humanity First activists attacked the stage. She also identified the fact that she definitely recognised Lear, didn't really recognise Sandor.
And also, just for Bruce, I don't know if you've got more notes, but I've got a couple about Quell in your conversation. Quell thinks that death could be a corporate espionage about N9s, and I've got a mention of Tyrrell and Wayland. And then I've got human empathy. Is that another group?
Yes.
Yep. And thousands of members disorganised is what I've got written down.
That sounds about right, yes. So there you are. That's where you are with the two things investigated so far. Don't know if you can remember well enough again, so I'm just going to go back to the briefing to remind you. Now that was the morning shift of day one. You now need to decide what each of you is going to do on the afternoon shift of day one. Suggestions include visiting the RIT crime lab. That's downstairs where you get the autopsy report on Sandor. The LAPD mainframe, you can access personnel files and you can check the ESPA database for images from places of interest. You've been to the Snake Pit, you've been to Wallace HQ. You've got Leah's address. Yeah, and those are the main things you've got at the moment. You can also tap your own street assets if you've got any.
And there's this huge file of data. Is that covered under the computer side, or?
That's no, that's covered under something that wasn't in the initial briefing because you've just got that.
And what is that sheaf of papers?
It's information about Lear. Most of it pretty technical replicant stuff. You don't really understand it immediately at a glance. Calibration notes, notes on her background, things like that.
Yeah, I've got written down record of Leah's performance.
Frankly, I'm not going to make it looks a little bit like somebody dumping a lot of information on you that's probably not much use.
Yeah.
Well, I'm an analyst, so I'd like to spend some time
Andy, I can't hear you now.
Oh, sorry. I was just say I've got records of Leah's performance written down as a note.
Mhm.
So I think that's that paper stuff. Percival is an analyst, so I'd like to spend some time analysing something. So what do you want me to analyse, guys? Do you want me to analyse the video cameras, see what we can get from the ESPA cameras? Do you want me to analyse? Because I can only do one, can't I? Even though they're physically in the
You
same
do
room.
one location.
So could I?
Okay. And bear in mind that you can access the cameras through your KIA units. You remember those things? Your knowledge
Yeah.
integration
Yeah.
augmentation units, which you've got. So you don't necessarily have to go back to back to base to do it. However, you get advantage on rolls doing things when you're back at the back at LAPD Central.
Well, I'd like to focus on the autopsy then, and then potentially, if I've got time, look at the cameras as well.
Okay, I'll allow you to locate two things in LA Central. In a
Unless there's
single
something
trip.
else you
Okay.
guys want me to do.
No, that sounds fine.
What do you guys want to do?
So we had a contact. What is it? Gel Tel Shiler from the Human Empathy, the guy that was running the public publishing.
Del Shaler is his name. Yes, he runs the Kill magazine, tabloid newspaper, but with strong leanings towards anti-replicant feelings. I believe that Quell mentioned him.
And remind me what we discovered in terms of the altercation at the club. There was
A group of these human empathy people were throwing abuse at the dancer, Iris. She became intimidated and backed away. They stormed the stage. A few people came up to help, and a fight broke out. The two Blade Runners were seen going in. There was a shot which was noted as, quote, very loud. The crowd quickly dispersed after the gunshot, and yep, there was a dead body on the floor, which was Sandor, Lair's partner.
And did we think that the emphasis on loud was just because it was a gunshot and people don't realise how loud guns are, or unusual enough to warrant a very big gun?
The fact that it's been specifically mentioned by both people who were there does imply that it was a big gun.
Okay.
But we've got a bullet in the mirror.
You got a bullet, and you sent that back for analysis.
So that doesn't require a shift to get. Does require analysis, right?
If you're LA Central, then you can do the stuff related to LA Central. I believe that's the case anyway.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm being very generous by mistake.
Okay. So can I cover that off as well, or?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've also got some names of Cranston and Jeffords, who I think are the two of the people who are in the booth. But I think you guys, I think going to see Jay Shaler might be an interesting one, but also going to Leia's apartment might be an interesting one as well.
Leia's apartment was kind of where I was thinking. If this guy that we saw outside the club, Styles was it? The tall dude. He might go back to Leia's apartment potentially if he knows her. But yeah, so there's two options there. We have to pick one. But so either the apartment or going to see this gel.
Or you could split it up
Shaler.
and do one each.
Oh yeah, that's true. Just talks with Novak. What do you think? Where should we go?
Yeah, no, I'm still trying to boot my head into just kind of understanding who got shot and who's still alive and all that type of jazz. So apologies for old man brain.
That's all right. So Leia's the one we're looking for. We're assuming she's alive.
Yep.
Sandor's the one that's dead and in the morgue,
That's
which I
correct.
believe Percival
Yeah.
is going to
They
go
were
and analyze.
both replicants and both combat models as well.
And Iris was a worker at the club. She was also a replicant, wasn't she?
Yes.
What was it? Is she alive or was she
Yeah,
hurt?
She's a live interrogator.
we interview.
She was. Oh, did we
Interviewed,
interview
sorry,
her?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, that was
you
her.
did.
Oh God, I'm an idiot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So.
So hopefully we won't have
she-
such a long break before that session.
no, it would be the same anyway. My brain's just like that.
I think it's been mentioned that Leia has failed a baseline test before. So if she's been particularly violent in defending this other replicant, it could be that she's run because she thinks she might be in trouble.
She's in danger. Yeah.
So I think going to check out her apartment could be a wise idea.
I was thinking that might be more time sensitive than going to visit Joe Shayla, but then again, I don't know. So, like, whether or not if he's got something to hide and giving him opportunity and time to hide something, it's one or the other, or we split up and one of us goes one way and one of us goes the other.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think we need to go and have a look at Leah's place. When there's going to have to be clues there. If she's on the run, then she may very well have gone back there. I
Taken
mean, that's
stuff.
definitely
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think given this Tell Shiler's kind of background with Kill Magazine and stuff, even if we don't get anything, we should still confront him at some point, whether we do that as an individual or whether we want backup.
I think when we're going, I mean, this is just talking as somebody who's a little bit more enforcerish, rather than super investigative ways. She's more likely to suggest going in pairs for something that's not requiring sitting behind a desk or analysing stuff.
Yeah, okay, so why don't we go to Leah's place? I think that's probably, or Leia,
I agree.
and see what we can get there. I mean, we may even spot her there. There may even be a chase. Who knows?
Possibly. And as I say, it might be that we encounter that Styles there or something else. So
Styles,
I'd rather
we
go with
saw, we didn't see Styles. We saw him on the
no.
camera. Is that right?
Well, we did see him
You
in
did see him as you
passing, I
went in,
believe.
yes.
I think Percival saw him.
But he wasn't there
that's
when
what,
we came out.
no.
Yeah. But she
And
has
what?
told you, Iris told you that he's often there, or she's also seen him at Animoid Row.
Why are we interested in him?
Because he was he was actually involved in the brawl.
Okay.
So he's like currently the person we've had eyes on that actually probably has the most information. So
Do we know where he lives?
No, you don't.
don't
Okay.
know. I think we sent his picture off for identification, didn't we? But that might take time. Because we took a picture from the video footage.
Okay,
If
you'll
I'm remembering
get that
correctly.
later then. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Andy, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember Percival talking to some uniforms who had cordoned the place off
That was
and
it.
getting footage from their car.
Was it? So yeah, let's
Can we put a bolo out on this kind of Styles person? Get him brought in for questioning.
Okay.
It's a question. No, I don't know the sort
You
of
could.
situation.
On what basis? He
was involved in a fight that was ultimately the result of a Blade Runner death.
You could do. There's no suggestion that he did it, but you could do. Yeah.
Well, he's a person of interest. I mean, okay,
He is
maybe
a
not
person of
bolo, but if you find this person, can you detain them
what's a
for
bolo?
questioning?
so I could arrest to bring them in for questioning.
Be on the lookout.
Yeah.
Okay, you put out word then. All right.
It's just a thing to say to police officers when they're out on the street. If you be on the lookout for this individual.
All right.
If you see them, get back to Central and let the detective who put the bolo out notice out.
Yeah,
Will do. Okay.
It's not an arrest warrant or anything. We're not arresting them. We're just saying, if you spot this person while you're out and about on patrol, then cool.
We'll
All right.
head off to the Leia's apartment then.
Okay. I'm just going to edit your. Sorry, I should have done this. The case file tracker. You haven't been filling that in, have you? Or have you?
I
No,
haven't.
well, I didn't know
Me,
we could. Can we do that? Could we? Oh yeah, we can edit it.
Use
Oh, we
if you're
create
going to make us
right
fill
now.
in time reports, I'm quitting right now. I have to do enough of that at work, like time
No,
cards.
I'll
That's
do it
it.
for you.
I'm not living in a
That's-
administrative bureaucrat. I'm just kidding, Chris.
This is just literally like shift one. What did you? So you did snake pit.
We've also got a thing there for case notes that we can apparently fill in. So I think underneath time report,
Yeah, I've just found it.
under
Found it.
so we could maybe fill in points and words there if people, because I don't have my notes with me. I'm downstairs at the
What
moment.
do I save that now?
Yeah, okay.
Bullet point stuff, really.
This is changed. That has
Mhm.
not done what I want it to do.
That is not
Shift one,
formatting
snake.
correctly at all.
No, it's not. Right, I'm not going to get hung up on this now. Though I just have to remember it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fine.
So, session, who's going where? Percival, you're off to LAPD Central. I
Yep.
take it the other two, you're off the apartment. Is that right?
Yep.
Right. Let's do the apartment first. Is that okay?
Absolutely fine with.
Right. Taking one spinner or two. Let's ask him.
Say again.
Yes. Are you taking one spinner or two? These are the. Remember, you've each got a detective spinner. This is the hover/flying car that
Yeah,
you see in the films.
let's take two. I can't see any reason to take one.
No. Okay. So you take a spinner to the address. It's a sector 5. It's not very far from LAPD HQ in actual fact. So you actually have to drive back into town, almost back to base. It's
Oh yeah.
quite a large, plain-looking building, quite tall, maybe 50-odd stories or something like that. According to the notes, she's on the 13th floor
Whereabouts is it? What's it called?
in Sector 5.
Yeah, it's. Oh, is that not like a? Because just reading the stuff around here, you got the. Oh, that's a cemetery. Oh gosh.
Hold on. Awkward questions.
No,
Around.
if it doesn't matter, then it's irrelevant. But
There's a bit of extra colour, but it doesn't actually give
no,
a
It would be
specific address.
Happy Smiles apartment block. Something like that.
the Sunshine
No,
Towers.
it's just called something like 49 Bleacher.
Fair enough.
Okay. It's reasonably substantial, not as much as 50 stories, actually, probably about 20. It's very plain building in their sort of concrete mass building style. But when you push a door open, it's pretty filthy inside. It originally had a sort of concierge desk. Maybe it was a hotel at one stage, I'm not sure, but that's long abandoned. And from the looks of it, it's had someone sleeping behind it in recent times. It doesn't take you very long to figure out that the elevator isn't working and the lights are mostly out.
Stairwell.
Yep, there is one.
Yep.
As you set up the stairs, people come and go as they pass. You push past a few other residents as you go. You get some ugly looks as you're pushing your way up the stairs. Once you get to the 13th floor, you can see that apartment 52, which is the appropriate one, has got the word skin job sprayed on the door.
I take it this is a replicant slur or some kind.
That's correct, yes. Derogatory slang for.
Yeah. Pleasant. Like it says. I knock on the door.
Yeah, that's water off the duck's back. Any signs of forced entry?
Quick scan of the door, no sign of forced entry. No, it's got a electronic lock on it. As you're looking at it, guys, sort of footsteps coming down, and burly-looking guy walking past her. He sort of gives you a bit of an evil eye and pauses and says, "Hey, you friends with that skin job?"
Who's asking?
"Are you a skin job?" he says,
Are
looking
we
to you.
are we dressed as if we're plainclothes
Your
detectives?
plainclothes, yes. You have got your badges.
Uh, yeah, I'd pull my badge out and go, no, I'm assuming you know the person who lives here, though.
Yeah, skin job, he says, looking at your badge. Rep the tech unit's even gone. Gone from now, hasn't it? He looks at your eyes. He stinks of cheap whiskey.
When was the last time you saw the person living here?
Now pay attention to. You know,
You seem like the sort that probably, wants to keep your castle safe from, what was it you called them, skin jobs?
yeah. Hey,
I
what are you
reckon he's
saying? He gives you a shove in the chest and pushes you away from him. You don't be saying nothing about us. Upstanding I am. Human, proper, born that way.
Can I get an idea from
You
this
can
guy?
interrupt the assault on you if you want to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't want to. I don't want to escalate, but I'm also thinking: is this just some bozo that doesn't really deserve any time on it, or do I think that potentially he might know something? Like, is he holding out any information, or is he just being an arse? I
Like
don't know if there's a
person who-
check for
I'm
that
portraying him
inside.
beautifully. Does he seem like a person who has useful information?
No.
He's drunk on cheap whiskey and
No.
pushing people around the place.
Okay, fair. Um,
I'm sure
Uh,
I'm beautifully. I don't know.
you do a beautiful job at acting.
You can make an insight check if you insist.
I don't. Well, oh fuck it, I'll do it anyway. But I was just pushing my luck, I guess.
He's
No,
doing
I
a
don't even
fine
know
on
what this.
comma. You don't think he's got anything interesting to say at all. He's just drunk and being abusive.
He's doing his
Look.
best to keep the rest of humanity proud.
Mm.
Exactly, he says. You've got it. You get it.
All right, sir. Maybe you should call
You'll
your
make a
heels.
manipulation check on him.
Yeah, yeah. What? Where's manipulation?
Uh,
Oh,
last
I
one
see.
under empathy.
I found it.
You want to push it?
Yeah, I might do actually, just because I want to deal with this. No, no, well, it didn't work. Still 0.
I'm confused because now it's 1.
Is it 1?
Your first.
No.
Oh right, no, that was your insight one.
Yeah,
My mistake. Yes. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Forgetting how this displays the results. Okay, you right. No, it's no good. Right now, he takes a swing at you.
Okay. I'll probably just obviously it try and block what he's trying to do if I can.
Okay, hand-to-hand combat.
Okay.
Blimey, you
Where's
got
the
two.
eye? Oh, yeah. I'm just trying to kind of block and shove him away. Is my intent
Okay.
to try and get him to see that interaction is just not worth his time or mine.
Okay.
Different.
So what does the unicorn mean on that roll?
Yeah.
Oh, right, you rolled hand-to-hand combat 0 successes. Do you want to push that?
No, she's got
So it's two.
3
Two
successes.
it says.
Right,
Is it-
Obnoxious Neighbour has got 2 successes.
Oh, that was
Also,
weird.
Bakker has only got 0 successes.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. What?
I thought that was me. We rolled at the same time. Okay. I'll probably push
So why?
then.
So why's he got 2 successes?
Because he rolled a 10 and a 1.
Oh, is a 1 a success?
No, failure. That's why he's got a unicorn. Right, if you recall,
Unicorn is
when
bad.
you roll the dice... Sorry?
Unicorn is bad.
Unicorn is bad. If you recall, when you roll successes, roll the dice. A 6 or more is a success. A 10 or more is 2 successes, and a 1 on any dice is a unicorn. If you push your roll and you have a unicorn at the end of your roll, either rolled in the first place or rolled as part of your re-roll, then that counts as stress against you.
Gotcha. Right. Okay. Well,
Okay, actually,
I
that
pushed it, so it became 2 successes.
okay, right. You managed to block his quite ferocious attempt to punch you, and yeah, that doesn't really calm him down.
As he is distracted by his swing at the enforcer, I can step in and take advantage of him being distracted
Okay,
and attempt to disable him.
okay,
Or
give
at
us a
least to
hand-to-hand with advantage.
And advantage base diet rating. Okay. Oh, combat. Nope. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
3 successes. That should do the trick.
We're here as a team. Might as well work as a team.
Lab straight.
Yeah, I'll get him in a arm hold or something to go to get his arm up behind his back of his neck and.
Okay, you achieve with 3 successes. I'm not going to make you roll the critical hit table. You just achieve whatever you're trying to achieve, which is to disable him. So right, you're able to place him in an arm lock and subdue him. What are you going to do with him, matter of interest?
I think I'll just say, "Are you going to cause any more trouble, or just go on your way?"
Okay. He says, "Oh, go away, go away."
I'll let him go.
Okay.
Sort of give him a shove in the right direction.
Walks away, grumbling. I thought you got it. Oh, damn. Okay, and disappears down the stairs. A couple of people who are hiding around the corner emerge and scuttle past you, and you're left alone with a locked door.
Sorry about that. I could have handled that one better.
That's all right. We're here for as a team.
Mm.
A little easier when his back is turned.
Mm. Thanks. I
Yeah,
knock
no
again
worries.
on the door.
No response.
What's our jurisdictional basis for entering this room?
That you're investigating her disappearance. That you've been authorised to by. Interesting question. No one's ever asked that before. That you've been authorised to. I can presume you have a warrant. Also, I believe that the apartment is technically owned by LAPD. So, as they're the landlords, I think they can give somebody a right. They institutionally don't, but seeing as this person's gone missing, and you're investigating that missing, I think it does place you under a certain obligation to keep what you find private unless it's pertinent to the investigation.
But essentially, we've obtained permission to enter the. We don't want to sort of actually bust the door down, do we? Can we effectively neutrally pick the lock?
You can either make you can make a tech check to do that.
Right.
Are all the
Or
front doors like normal?
Tech check
key locks
or
or something?
force to force it open. Your choice. Sorry.
I was thinking, like, would we not? Like, I don't know how futuristic this is. All front doors just got like a normal key type situation, or is it something that we could maybe go, "Hey, this building belongs to us, and we're here. Can you let us in
They
remotely?"
can't do that. They
Is
tend to have
it's not that kind of thing? Okay.
key card locks. It's not that
Mm.
sophisticated. They have some sort of electronic locks on them.
Gotcha.
It's really, of course, I keep forgetting you haven't seen it. It's really not that
Yeah,
organised.
sorry. I look at
Right,
Novak
well,
and
there's
go,
no.
yeah, do you know how to get into this without busting down the door?
It's not one of my fortes, shall we say,
All
but
right,
I can give
let's
it a
not
go.
waste time. Let's kick
Well,
down
I
the
mean,
door.
if it was my apartment, I wouldn't want somebody busting the door down because you know what it's going to be like when we leave. Everybody's going to be in there and wrecking the place,
True.
especially if she wasn't liked.
That's very true. Let's try.
I'm gonna,
Picking this.
yeah, let's try picking it.
Is there such thing as a help action in this game? Or no?
Now you're asking. Excuse me,
Hmm.
everyone. Well, I'll quickly find out.
I'm sorry.
I think there is. I think you.
Is your tech
add-
higher than a D6?
What's the D6?
I think
Jolly
you
good.
add another D6. I'm trying to remember.
Help from others. This gives you an advantage on the roll, but instead of doubling your lowest base dice, the helper contributes their base dice for their skill level.
So you're getting
Alright.
you're rolling an extra
That's a
D6.
D6.
Okay. Public roll D6, so I can add an extra D6.
Yep.
And then roll. Oh. It won't let me roll.
Says that's against the law. Not allowed to do it.
It'll let me press advantage, but not roll or disadvantage. Let me try that again. I think it's because I added an extra dice.
Yes, it probably is.
Yeah, it thinks I've got advantage, whatever.
Let's not get hung up on it. Just roll your tech, and then if you don't make it, roll.
No, I did
D6.
it. It's fine. It's fine. I did it. So I've got 2 successes and a unicorn.
Oh, blimey. Right, do you want to push that? I doubt it, because that ties the door open for you. The
Cool.
door clicks open. That trick that you learned last year from Danny is obviously still effective.
I'm slightly surprised and slightly worried about my own apartment at this point, but I will worry about that later.
I've got a better door. Okay, right. You're looking into the hallway of an apartment.
I think we should go carefully.
Now, let me
in
just
case.
check something. I should have just changed the background to a plain black background. Is that right?
That is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. It's working. Believe it or not. Right. Now go to
This
actors.
is the outcome.
Right. Quite a lot of background noise here. We've I just put Percival on who isn't actually here. That was not smart. Who is here? Oelsen and Novak. Can you both now see?
I can see a green bar and a blue bar.
But you can't see your own character. Hold on.
No.
Always
How
pain.
do I zoom in?
Hold on.
Mouse scroll wheel.
Yes, it is.
Have you put me on the map as well,
Aha.
Chris?
No.
If you
So
could,
the green bar, if I
Wait.
click on it,
So I'm
pulls me
just
up.
setting these up for. I'll do these
There we
properly
go.
before next time.
It's okay.
Right now, you won't be able to see very much. So I'm going to open the door.
can you give me the same view as well so that I can show it on the camera?
Sure. Accept. There we go. Right.
Oh, that is my character. Right, I understand. Okay.
Right. You should be able to see that into the apartment. Andy. Right. Percival.
Oh, I
I
see.
can see a box with a blue bar and a green bar, which I think has
I
got
can't.
beats that you can see.
Wait. I can't quite see. What's investigation paused? I can't see you. Are you here? Oh, there you are. Right.
That's why I couldn't move it.
Sorry about this to anyone who has to watch this. Honestly, so incompetent GM.
Oh,
Right.
I see.
Aha!
Let's-
Yes.
Okay, so now you can roughly see what's going on here. So you are looking down a hallway of a very plain-looking apartment, too dissimilar to your own, in actual fact, probably in all likelihood. Oelsen, it's similar to yours. Yours, Novak, is scruffier and smells worse. That's up to you.
It
You
like
don't have to.
I like it like that.
I've
Okay.
got everything just how I like it. So I'm
Keeps the
assuming this is
riffraff
a door into another room. Is it open?
It is curiously they've made a wall out of a curtain, which I can't open. So sorry, I'm gonna have to find the way
Okay.
around. You can
Okay.
actually push. You can actually push through it. Push through the curtain if you want to.
Which makes sense actually. Yeah, I go through.
Okay, you find yourself in a small bathroom. It's
Hello.
reasonably
Okay.
tidy.
Hello, is there anybody home?
No answer.
LAPD.
Echoes. Moving you. Percival isn't
I-
here. He's just acting as a.
What
No
is
worries.
this? Is
Have
this
you
a
gone
kitchen?
into the room, V?
Oelsen, you're now in a kitchenette.
Yeah.
Tight little
Kitchenette.
kitchenette.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm just going to keep an eye on
I
this
kind-
corridor, but I'm trying to keep an eye on just to sort of keep that in case somebody decides to make a break for the door.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was going to come down and say go the other side.
The two of you approach this very expertly and then progress forward. So yeah, you're in the little kitchenette. Then as you approach the door, at the end of it, you see there's a living room / bedroom, a single room at the end. You don't find
Okay.
anybody as you sweep through the rooms.
Okay.
Looking at the bedroom, let's see. Okay, I have a crime
Is
scene
the
photograph
bed?
for you. There's a fold-down bed.
Ah, okay. It's a very small apartment
Oh,
type thing.
It is. So,
Welcome to the future of 50 billion people.
Yes.
can you see that?
All stacked on top of each other.
Yes, we can.
Mm. Damn.
Hold on, that's the wrong one. That's not. That's the right one.
Oh, it looks right.
So I clicked on the snake pit by mistake there. So
Yeah.
as you can see, it's an apartment. What can I say? It's giving you a view from the far end of the bedroom, and actually
Yep.
fact, looking back towards the hall of the kitchenette. But there you go. As you can take a look around, see if there's anything of interest there.
All right.
So is the
that
food
thermos?
recent?
Yeah, I
And
was
the
thinking if the
thermos,
thermos
is it
hot?
like 24 hours old or is it like 2 minutes old?
Yeah.
So the food's all old. A quick search. You went to the kitchen, Bakker. You went through the kitchen. Very little food in there. All that's in there is sort of the equivalent of pot noodles and real convenience foods.
Mm.
Large
Oh,
jars
quick
of
question.
several empty jars of coffee and sugar. You'll find also find in the notice in the bin there's some empty bottles of vodka and other alcohol.
So I'm assuming replicants eat and drink the same as humans.
Yes.
Okay, so this isn't like an indication of.
Or
Actually,
not a
can we
present?
see who many? Sorry, my words are failing me at the moment. Can we see if more than one person might stay or live here?
Very
Just
much looks like
from
only one person lives here.
All right.
Everything is for one. The packages of food and things like that. The meal that's set out, the food that's set out on the table there's instant meal for one.
Who's the
What are
picture
the-
next to the bed?
Picture next to the bed. Let's have a look. It's a photo. On the nightstand next to the fold-out bed, there's a photo showing a dark-haired child. Hold
Was
on.
Lee
Let
dark
me,
haired?
Leah, yes.
Not Leah.
Let me just blast it. Hold on. Which handout L? Sorry, I'm being really inefficient here.
That's
Okay.
Another question for those who know: Are replicants grow like from a child, or do they get made like factory?
No, they're made in. They're fast grown, but they quite often
Okay.
have implanted memories,
Okay.
which implanted memories, which essentially to ensure implanted memories of childhood and stuff like that, quite often with physical evidence to prove it. Even though
They
they
found earlier models of Replicant were given no memories essentially, and they had real trouble integrating with human society in any way or type whatsoever. And so they've become more and more sophisticated as the models have progressed in their ability to implant memories. So they have, this these sets of memories, which were as a completely real.
They've effectively force grown growing up.
yeah.
Going through life lessons.
Yeah, the books on the tables. Anything? Are they just sort of reading
Which book? Sorry.
fiction books? There's a book. Well, there's some books or journals on the coffee table, and then there's a book or a
On the
journal on the
left.
kind of dining table. Yeah,
Let's have a look.
and it looks like there's a book underneath in that alcove as well, that little cubby hole.
Do you think that photo is of her?
No, because obviously she won't have grown up. It must be something else.
Well, they said, if what
Right, book
Andy
on the
said is true,
table.
that there's physical evidence,
Can I just
they might manufacture it. Yes,
Can I
sorry.
just answer that question? And the book on the table lies open is a collection of poem by William Blake. It is open to the famous poem called The Tiger.
Mm.
And in case you don't know it, because I'm sure you all know your Blake, there you are.
Yes, I do. Right.
All right.
Should we scrutinise that picture then, do you think?
I don't think we'll be able to spot anything from the. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we could also upload it to get like an identity match in the
No,
databases.
you've got a pretty good picture of what most important things there.
Let's do that. And take a snapshot and either.
Can we just
Can
do
we
a thorough
send it on?
search of like looking for like missing clothes? Like somebody's come back, taken half their t-shirts and trousers and whatever else, and are there any signs of somebody having packed? Are there still toiletries around in the sink? That type of thing.
No, everything looks like she left for work this morning. There's no sign of gaps in the collection of clothes. Drawers have got the sensible amount of messy stuff in there. There's not like a hank of stuff has been taken out or something. Toothbrush is still in its lying next to the sink, etc.
All right.
I don't think she came back after the attack. Well, at least there doesn't seem to be evidence of it.
No. Is there any evidence of a journal or notes on the refrigerator that might indicate any appointments or?
No, there isn't.
Okay.
Okay.
You're looking at the picture, aren't you, Oelsen? You look
Yeah.
at the picture, you pop it out of the frame,
Mhm.
and on the back it has a stamp that says Doc Badger.
Says
Doc Badger.
Badger.
Yeah. You can make a connections check if you like.
Yes, please. Let's have a look. Connections. Oh, I see.
Doc Badger.
Yes.
I'm gonna
As in
push
doctor.
it. Ow, balls.
No, this whole scene's being depressing for you.
Yeah.
Mark off a point of stress.
It automatically does it.
Oh, great.
And it colours in the unicorn of fetching red.
Yeah. She's still like rubbing her temples, like she's getting a bit of a headache.
Okay.
All right.
Doesn't look like there's much here, to be honest.
I'm reading that.
No.
Hold on a second. Sorry.
I
Can you? I'm not gonna
don't know whether we should
Okay. Sorry about
get
that.
some fresh eyes on it later on. Maybe I don't think there's anything pressing for us here right now. Perhaps just take a few snapshots, so
Okay.
if anything's moved, we can tell.
Very good.
And leave this alone for a while.
Okay. Right, closing off that then. Well done, you two. Percival, what
So
are you doing at LAPD Central?
just one thing, just saying that while we've been doing that, I've been adding loads to the case notes. So
Star.
go and have a look through that. I haven't put anything in, Bruce, about what you did at the end of the last session with Quell. So I don't know if
Yeah.
you want to add stuff like that or anything else you've remembered. It's not necessarily a very common sense order. So by all means, move it
Oh
around,
wow.
add bits,
Nice
etc.
stuff.
Okay. I put a bit of what you've just been doing as well, but not very much. Okay.
Perfect. Thank
I'll leave you to amend that further though. Right. Sorry. So what? I think the first thing I was doing was looking at the autopsy, and if I can cover it off as well at the same time, the bullet that killed him. I'm guessing, and this is an educated guess, that if it's a loud gun, we didn't find a shell casing, and it looked to be a large caliber bullet. My guess is that it's a large caliber revolver, something like a Magnum 44 or something like that.
Okay, you go down to the RIT Crime Lab. That's Replicant Intelligence and Technology Division. It's in LAPD Tower, quite near the bottom.
Okay.
Chief Medical Examiner Coco welcomes you into the.
Is he actually chief medical examiner?
That's what it says.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There he is.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Gives you a smile and says, "Good afternoon, officer. I don't believe we've met."
My name is Percival. I am very pleased to meet you, sir.
Coco, they call me. Medical examiner for the Replicant Intelligence Department. What can I do for you?
I'm interested, firstly, in the autopsy on Blade Runner Sandor, who was brought in, and also we brought in a, a bullet extracted from a broken mirror at the scene from where he was killed, and various blood samples. I think both on the bullet itself and though I may be wrong on that, and other blood samples, possibly from other participants in the fight. And I was keen to understand what you've been able to ascertain from that so far, please.
Shall I start with the bullet?
By all means, sir.
Not too much to tell you, but it's quite interesting. I can confirm that it's got Sandor's DNA on it. It's a rare example of a casus 4-4 round. He raises an eyebrow.
Bullet, so Sandor's DNA. And it's caseless.
.44. He raises an eyebrow at that, and you're thinking frantically for a second why he's raising an eyebrow, and then you realise that's a very unusual caliber indeed, and it's actually the caliber fired by the PKD 5223 blasters.
That's
Standard issue for Blade Runners.
Isn't that what I've got?
Almost inaccessible to anybody else.
Combat inventory. Is that so? Which gun?
The PKD 5223.
So not the FKM 890.
No.
So that's the modern Blade Runner gun. So it's been fired by the old Blade Runner gun. Is that right?
Let me check something. PKD. No, but if you check William Novak, bear in mind that you can talk to each other. You have got your Kia devices on, so everyone knows what everyone else is doing. Novak, you're carrying one of those.
Right. Yeah. So that is. So that's fired by the older model Blade Runner issue gun.
standard Blade Runner issue gun.
I thought the standard one was the one that I now have, which is a PKD.
That's the one given to people who aren't expected to get into hot situations.
Okay.
Analysts, and others, the investigators and troopers. I believe Bakker, you've got one as well, haven't you?
I've got PKD 5223 blaster.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
So it's both. Okay.
The PKD's notable because it has the high caliber gun, which is noted for being very, very loud.
Right.
The high caliber under barrel
Okay.
on it.
Gotcha.
So I shall obviously pass on to the other two. This suggests, and I show this to Coco, but the other two are dialed in. This suggests that Leia was shot with a.
Sandor.
Sorry, Sandor was shot with a Blade Runner issue firearm.
Yeah, that was similar. Can
Are
you make
you
me a
able to
connection
match
check?
it to a firearm, to a particular gun from ballistics?
They will be able to. Hold on. Yeah, he has not been able to. No.
Right.
Bruce,
you're
I can't hear you if
muted.
you're talking. I can.
Sorry. Both Leah and Sandor would have been issued with these pistols as well, yeah, as enforcers.
Yes.
Kind of
So
looking
they were both
like
issued with the same. What? Okay.
Leah might have
Got Sandor.
shot Sandor.
Was Sandor's pistol recovered when his body was recovered? That was before we were on the case.
Yes, it was.
Okay. And has that been fired?
No.
Percival, you said that you reported back that that Quill person noted some behavioural oddities with Leah recently.
Yeah, it was actually Novak found that out, but yeah, that was something that
Oh, was it?
Novak found it
Oh,
out.
yeah,
But it was
you
in
were
my
with
notes.
me. What am I talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah, of course it was. Sorry, apologies.
Hold on a second. Sorry,
In
guys.
that case, that's all right.
You know I'm being recorded, right?
You're
I
not
just said
muted,
that
Chris.
to. Yeah, I say that to Novak then.
What's that, sorry?
I say you were talking to the Quill person
Sorry about
about
that. Key
no,
issues.
No worries, mate.
the
Yes.
Quill woman said about some behavioural anomalies with Leah recently. Did she elaborate at all on what those might have been?
No, she was particularly tight-lipped. I mean, we do have a file which we can go through in a little bit more detail. That
Right.
seems like
That's something that I believe Percival is doing in this shift. So, Percival, do you want to give me a suitable check? Let me just find
Sorry,
character.
I thought I was going through the. I will if I got time, but
Yes.
I'm looking at the autopsy, the bullet, and then
The
the
autopsy.
cameras.
The autopsy doesn't take very long.
Yeah.
He was shot with a high caliber bullet. There's not much else to say.
Okay.
What else would you expect to get from that? It was definitely this one.
Honestly, what I was slightly worried is he being killed by a not a high caliber bullet, and actually the bullet in the mirror there was actually two shots fired, and we had a complication there. So it's good to
Okay.
get that confirmation.
No, he can confirm that. No, there's no
anything
evidence of.
anything unusual in the
Hold on a second.
toxicology
Let me just
report?
check something.
I'll ask that in a sec, Bruce.
Also, he is able to tell you that there is sign of gunshot residue on his shirt, which indicates the shot was made at very short range.
I don't like the sound of that.
No.
And there
Really
wasn't
good.
no.
He says it's a miracle that it didn't hit somebody else on after it hit him. Do you want to give me a connections check? Anyone may participate in this fun value, since, as I say, you can all hear what's being said by everyone
Sure.
else.
Is that anybody, as in one person of us, or can we all make a connections check?
You can all do it.
I got none, and I'm not going to push.
No, I'm not going to push either.
I got one.
Well, actually, very appropriate that you got it. In actual fact, you know that there's one place and one place. Well, there's two places in the city that you can get this equipment, and one of them is the armory at LAPD Rep Detect Unit. The other one is Bullet Bob's Used Hardware, which is the best kept, badly kept secret in of the Rep Detect Unit. He is a second-hand equipment shop and gun shop who has a special relationship with the Rep Detect department.
What was the name of it again?
Bullet Bob's.
Bullet Bob. It's a fantastic name.
Bullet Bob's. Okay. Sorry, was there anything in the
Bullet
toxicology
Bob's runner surplus, to be exactly.
run of
Runner surplus, as in
runner?
Blade Runner surplus. Okay.
Sorry, was there anything in the toxicology report on Sandor? Was he drunk? Was he on any drugs? Anything odd at all?
No, nothing at all unusual. He was alcohol level indicates he had been drinking, but certainly wasn't under control. A small amount of beer had been consumed, and standard indication that he probably smoked.
Right. Can you, right, I'll ask to Coco, please can you prioritize matching the ballistics to Leah's gun?
You can do
Because
that.
she is missing. It's a high caliber bullet. It appears to have fired from close range. My additional thought was that it had been fired from a nearby booth where they'd all come from. But actually, now if it's close range, then it's somewhere on the dance floor.
Yeah, in fact, if it is from a Blade Runner issued weapon and we have the ballistics on file, then could we just do a match on any of those guns to see if it's like an old issued gun that's been retired?
I'm asking him to do that, but obviously just prioritize Leia's pistol.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, put that at the top of the list for sure. Got it.
Okay. Right. Then I don't know if I was going to look at cameras. I was trying. What was I looking at the cameras for? I'm trying what I was looking at the cameras for.
No idea. You asked for them, but I don't think you said at the time.
Yeah, I'm trying what I was looking at the cameras for.
What the cameras where? So, what, in the club?
No, the cameras around the scene to see if we could see
from the spinners, from the police spinners, and
no, but also just cameras in the area, just to try and see Leia fleeing the scene. Is she being taken away prisoner?
Yes.
Is she fleeing in a panic? Is she
fleeing
with her pistol now? Is she fleeing with her pistol out?
Having
just fired some.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give us a tech roll, please.
A tech roll.
With advantage because you're in LAPD Central. Okay, get everything. You are able to find the relevant footage fairly easily. Now, ESPA footage isn't particularly brilliant, but you get it all and manage to piece it together. You clearly see the moment that the shot takes place because you see people just start flooding out. You're able to swiftly see her figure that looks like Lear piling out as well. She looks around and then walks briskly away.
Is she on her own? If she isn't on, is she on her own? I'm particularly thinking of Styles.
4 successes. I'm not going to tease things around too much. There is a Esper image for you, and it doesn't take you very long with that roll. But you can have a look at it first and tell me what you see that's interesting, but I'll zoom it in for you anyway. With 4 successes.
Am I being thick?
Particularly.
I see a lot of umbrellas.
After examining it for a while yourself and zooming into different places, you look at the yellow thing in the background. Let me just check it. What have I just done?
Okay, that's the snake pit is top middle. The guy, the person with the umbrella on the far right. Sorry, not the far right. In 0310 and 0311 seems to be standing watching rather than walking. But I don't know if that's That could just, I don't know if that's,
Yeah.
if I'm over-interpreting at that point. There's some kind of orange vehicle. So that's anything.
Yeah, it's when you zoom in on that things get interesting.
The orange vehicle in the top right.
Yeah.
There's people gathered
Ah.
round it. Is that?
I thought that was a bin.
Oh, they're getting into it. What kind of vehicle?
Taxi.
Sorry.
That cab, yeah.
Ah,
Cab.
of course,
And
yeah,
is
it
that
says on
right?
the side.
Okay. So in that case, I shall pass on. Sorry, immediately do a search on that license plate that looks to be on the front, even if it's just a barcode.
Lost it. I just went and shut the stupid handouts down. You're looking for the Bakker. You look for that. You found that it's a cab. It's registered to Metro Cab.
Right. I share this, obviously, Metro Cab.
Yep.
Does it? Can I? I need to contact them to try and find records of who was driving. I'm sure it's not a public. It's not a thing that I would instantly be able to just dial into. So.
Yep.
Perhaps that could be our next stop.
Yeah.
We
Um.
go straight there, because if we can get any evidence from that cab regarding if she's dropped anything or if she was bleeding or.
Now, Lair
I'm
looks
just
to be
going
leaving.
to take a 2-minute toilet break.
Yep, sure.
Be back in a second.
Lair looks to be leaving on her own. Lair looks to be leaving on her own. Is Styles on camera at any point?
Paul says yes. He piles out of the. A very tall, very blonde man does indeed appear from the door of the club, amongst the crowd.
And is that before Lair or after?
Shortly after.
So she left without him. The thing that Iris said was that Styles knew Leah. Was that right?
Yeah. No,
Like
the reverse.
knew each
Leah
other?
knows Styles. I don't know if that's relevant that way round. But
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. Bruce, you there?
he just went to the toilet.
Ah, right, sorry.
We've got Styles lives near Anemoid Row, and you've got some other reference to Anemoid Row, I think, as well.
Oh, we have an address for Styles.
No, but Iris
Oh.
told you that Styles is often. She's seen him around at Animal Row.
Right.
She guesses he lived there.
So Styles left after Leia and Leah, whatever her name is, and he's right. Does he appear to look at her leaving in a cab, or has she departed by the time he leaves? Is he trying to follow her or anything? Oh, he's right. Okay, it's not connected. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure.
You think he does look at her
Okay.
as he's leaving?
I think he's definitely a person of interest, but until we have a
Yeah.
solid line to find him, that is honest, we might as well follow up these other leads first. I think it's
Well, I mean,
the taxi is solid.
Yeah, presumably we can get an address for him.
Well, what we got so far is all we know is a name Styles and a name Styles and the fact he lives near Anemoid Row.
Listen, with millions of people living in LA, not everyone's on file.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be successful, but I want to initiate a facial recognition to see if I can match him to a record. Yeah, because I seem to have quite a lot of features now. Okay.
Just checking that we're not being stupid
Facial
here.
recognition may be a thing that's coming up now, but it's fallen into disuse by
Okay.
Blade Runner times, I think.
Okay.
We did ask the owner of
They have it,
the club.
If you were to, if Wallace was to do it, then yes. But sorry.
So
Yeah.
just go on, B.
Yeah, go on.
just
Right.
Oh,
Andy first.
Chris, you just said you
I
could
said
use,
if the technology exists, and if Wallace had had permission to do it, then if Wallace wanted to do it, then they could. But the quality that you're getting on these images isn't really high enough for you to do facial recognition on.
okay, apologies. Right. Thank
Right.
you. B. Sorry.
B.
I interrupted you. Apologies.
apologies. So I'm just checking that we just straight up didn't ask the club owner already whether or not like this guy had an account or anything with them for like bar tab or any way that we could have got information from the club about him other than his name and that he's a very tall blonde guy.
I don't think we had
Did-
asked. No.
He
No.
also Taffy Lewis was quite uncooperative from memory.
He was.
I've got a thing here. Account numbers requires a warrant, but we did manage to get 2 names of people who were in the booth.
Yes.
But
That was it, because I remember us
He's
asking about
uncooperative,
accounts.
but no. But your opinion on this one is that he would be reluctant to hand that sort of information out because if he gets a reputation for handing out people's account numbers and things, then he's going to lose business very quickly. The place has got a reputation as a safe place to go.
No, but we can get it out of him if we need to force the issue.
Yes.
We can get warrants and whatnot if we need it.
right. Okay, so I actually think to try and find Styles, I think we need to go and wander around Anemoid Row and sort of hang around there and see if we can spot him around. I think it's a bit of old-fashioned legwork. Says the young
sounds like
Replicant analyst.
The guy is not reluctant to do that, but says, I thought that, but at the same time, if we've got such solid leads to go on at the moment that we can be actively
Oh,
Talking about
I wasn't
doing
meaning
things,
now.
then
I wasn't meaning now, but I think eventually,
okay.
eventually.
Yes,
and-
yes.
From what little I know of Anemoid Row, it's also much busier in the evening. So
Probably a better
Novak.
time to go.
Not Novak. So Percival, are you doing anything else at LAPD Central?
am I able to study the records that were provided by?
You are. You can give me without advantage. You can give me a. Let's see. Let's make it a tech roll. Perfectly honest, in your case, it doesn't make much of a difference.
Well, this is a pre-gen character, but it's so specialised. It's unbelievable. I
Yeah,
can't.
he's a good character.
Have you seen what I rolled?
Could you
Great.
not even push
Okay.
that?
He could push it.
Right.
Oh,
If I push it, what happens? Am I only
You will.
pushing,
You will take a point of
uh,
empathy stress.
and
Resolve.
am I only rolling 1d12 or am I rolling 2?
You'll be rolling 1d12 because the other d12 lots as a unicorn.
But it's a
Now.
50% chance
I'm
of
gonna push
success.
it.
No, actually, it's a higher. Actually, it's
Okay, it does get you a
7 out of
success.
12.
Right. Reading through it gives you a
A headache.
yeah. Let me think.
It's very frustrating because it's clearly designed to obfuscate and annoy.
It is clearly designed to obfuscate and annoy.
Maybe it
However,
makes you think about your own flaws and foibles.
exactly, you're thinking along that line. It reminds you the way you're looking at this very dispassionate approach to how someone was created. It just reminds you, constantly gives you the feeling that you are the same. That a file like this exists for you, breaking down every single aspect of your personality and how you advise, and it just doesn't make you feel very good at all. One thing that does stand out of it, however, is the memories for Leo weren't designed in-house. They were designed by the Lilith Memory Labs.
Okay. I think that means something to me as a viewer of the films.
It might do. Lilith Tyrell is a highly important person.
Yeah.
She is the niece or grandniece of the main Tyrell guy.
So share that. I'll just share that. I think that's me finished then.
Okay, right. Well done. We have actually finished a shift. That is shift 2 of day 1. So have a quick talk amongst yourselves. Figure out what you want to do next.
yeah. So we've done a morning shift and an afternoon shift.
Now it's evening
So
shift.
and so there's a third shift, which is an evening shift.
And then there's a night shift.
And then there's
Four per
there's
day.
But you have to sleep one of them, otherwise you start having problems.
gotcha.
Is it 1 in 4 you need to sleep, or can we go 4 and then sleep?
1 in 4, unless you've got there's a special that can allow you to go on for longer.
Which Novak has, but there's no need to use that. We're not under any, unless we think we need to push.
No, not at the moment. Unless we've got a super solid reason and need to.
So
Obviously,
we
it'd
need
be
to
good
follow
to
up on
find.
the metro cab and Lee and
Mm.
find out where she went. Leia.
Okay.
Um,
Can I just? This has prompted some interesting things about my memories and stuff like that. And I'm just pondering on my key memory because I've just reread it.
Mm.
My key memory is well, it mentions me playing with my best friend Leia. So the picture of the child that was in the photograph that they found in Leia's apartment, is that the picture from my childhood?
Certainly similar, could be related.
It just seems a very odd coincidence to me that I'm
Yeah.
investigating a case about a missing replicant called Leia, and my best friend was called Leia, but she died in my memory. I know it's an implant though.
That is. Huh.
That's really quite weird.
You all right, Percival?
Just dealing with some of the things. It would be good to know if my memories were implanted by
This.
by the Lilith labs as well, because that little girl in that picture looks very similar to a girl in my memory who was called Leah.
That's interesting.
If I start to act at all strangely, might I suggest that you contact the Wallace Corporation and request the equivalent information on Leia for myself, in case there is some kind of connection here that I am unaware of?
You're gonna be fine, bud.
Thank you.
But I make a note on my on my thing.
Okay.
All right. What's the plan then, boss? Look at Novak.
definitely to follow up on the metro cab. Obviously, we have Styles to follow up on as well. Anything else? We've got bullet bobs as well.
Well, when
How long will it take for the bullet report to come back?
that's exactly what I was going to ask.
Sorry.
The
Listen,
bullet
how long?
report. Is it essentially, has it been fired by a firearm that has a ballistics report on file?
How long does it take? I
Well,
don't actually know.
I don't know, but I would imagine fairly quick. If it's you're trying to match it to records that are on file, assuming it's on file, I would think it's fairly quick. I was actually honestly I was quite surprised Cobra hadn't already done it.
Depends if it's computerized or not. Like nowadays, it has to be done manually. Like you have to actually look at the grooves on the bullets.
Hmm.
I'm not even
But
sure that cases blasted would necessarily produce ballistics like that. That's the trouble.
If it's rifles, it would. Because the case in a normal gun is kept anyway. It's the bullet passing through the grooves of the rifle that give it its unique shape.
Yeah.
Caseless
Okay.
or not wouldn't make any difference. But smoothbore, for example, pointless.
Yes, I think they are smoothbore.
If it's something like a dum-dum bullet or something like that, then it will have flattened on impact and it will have wrecked.
It's good. So we don't have that as an opportunity to match. That's fine.
Okay. It could be if Coco can't match it, Coco can't match it. Okay, so there's the Kill magazine guy.
Yep.
Yep.
There's Styles.
Yep.
There's chasing down Metro Cab. That
Yep.
is
I really feel like the cab is the most time sensitive right now.
Metro cab dispatches are located in a digital building in Sector 5. It's not even far away from where you are at the moment.
right.
Someone can easily do that.
What do you fancy doing, guys?
And bullet bobs if we feel that this might be an old gun as well. But yeah, I think we do Lee first and Styles second. Do we want to do it as a group or do we want to split up?
Well,
I don't. Yeah, sorry, go.
I was going to say, going to Metro Cab, I think anyone can do that. Going to Bullet Bob's, if it's a place that's sort of a bit Blade Runner-y sort of fanboy stuff or X stuff, I think myself as a replicant there might be. It feels like it might be anti-replicant stuff. The same also, if this Kill magazine, this guy is a human
Empathy.
guy. That's the people that human empathy are the people who don't like replicants, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So my presence there either would be bad because it'll stop him talking, or good because it'll irritate him. I'm not sure which way I want to go.
Well, it sounds like you could do the Metro Cab interview relatively safely.
But also, the other thing is Anemoid Row. It might be that I think now this evening is the prime time to go and hang around there and try and see if we can find Styles.
Who's best equipped to do that?
Well, I think
I don't mind going.
I think Styles interrupted into a fight, tried to observed Lair, appears to know Lair, no Sandor. I think that might be something for more than one person, because that.
Let's do it.
So, do we all want to go
So
there? Or
No, I think you can go to Metro Cab and myself and
I think Metro
Oelsen
Cabs
can
needs
go.
to be, and I think you're right, Percival. You're perfect person for the job.
Okay.
And then me and Novak go and hang around looking for Styles and.
Yep. And then have a night's sleep, and then tomorrow morning go and see probably go and see Kill magazine guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Right.
So I'm going Metro Cab. The other two are going to Anemoid Row.
Okay. Let's start with Metro Cab. Percival, you hop into a spinner, and let me just check something important. The countdown. Let's make sure nothing important's happening here. No, right. You go to head across the Metro Cab. Its office is located dingy old building in Sector 5. So you see this sort of larger building. The ground floor taken up with load of shop frontages. One of which narrow shop frontage says Metro Cab in running, and that is horizontally outside the door.
I shall
Door's
knock.
closed.
Sorry, it looks closed.
Door is closed.
Oh, sorry. I shall.
It is open. The lights
I
are on and stuff.
open or enter.
Okay. Someone. There's you had to go down a short corridor, sort of dusty, smelling of cigarette smoke. You push open the door at the end, past the sort of washing facilities, and there's a few people sat beside telephones. Sitting immediately in front of you, there's a large guy wearing a white t-shirt, slightly balding. He looks to you and says, "Yeah, what can I do for you? You want a cab? No problem."
No, thank you. I wish to speak to the person in charge, and I shall produce my ID. This is an official matter. Your cooperation will be greatly appreciated.
I see. What kind of official matter is this?
I shall.
He's never seen around.
From my Kia, I shall read him the license plate number. I wish to speak to.
Okay, it's nothing about the guy in charge, though, right?
No, it's about the. I wish to speak to the driver of the person who was driving this cab. Are you the person in charge who can answer my questions about this cab and this cab only?
Yeah, sure. I was on last night. What do you want?
I wish to speak to the driver of this cab who was driving it last night.
Um, he has a yeah, my guys are busy, man. They haven't got time.
Can I hire this cab? Is it who is driving this cab now? Is it the same person who was driving it yesterday?
One sec, sorry.
You could just get the travel records.
Give us a manipulation check, or you can try bribing him.
We also do want
He's
inside that cab. so-
sorry, I was doing it very badly, but he's fishing for a bribe.
Okay.
I don't think you're
Also,
doing
did
it
the
badly.
cabs-
That's
I don't
exactly
get.
what I got.
I don't think Percival got that.
Do the cabs have security cameras as well?
They have them.
Right. So that's one success. I wish to access the footage of your the inside of the cab from, and I'll give him the timestamp of when Leia got in until the passenger he picked up then until he dropped her off. I would like to speak to the
Hold on.
driver as well, and I would like the records of where it has gone, please.
Hold on, he says. Cab. Yeah, Snake Pit, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Dropped off as Fair Adelaide Row.
Dropped off at Anemoid Row.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
And
roads lead to Amyloid Row.
yeah, may I please see the footage of the passenger of the cab?
What footage?
Didn't you say that? So our character, didn't you say there were cameras in the cabs?
I said they got cameras. Didn't say they worked. Look, this is practically a loss-making operation here.
Is this a kind of camera that can be made to work with a suitable donation to the pension scheme of taxi drivers?
Wish I could say yes. But you want to talk to Earl?
Earl, is that who was driving?
Yeah.
Is Earl around?
I can give him a call.
So out of character, Chris, if I was to get a taxi to take me to Anemoid Row,
Yeah.
even though I've left a spinner, I wouldn't arrive during the scene that the other guys are
Strictly
at.
speaking, not no.
Okay, right. Okay. Yes, I would like to speak to Earl, and I have a small fund to recompense him for his time.
He calls out, Earl, what you doing? Was a carrying affair? Give me 3 more minutes. I've been to Sector 2. What can I do for you? Pulls off his headset and hands it to you. Guy here wants to talk to you. He says, Guy here wants to talk to you.
Earl, my name is Officer Percival from the LAPD. I wish to speak to you about a fare you transported last night. You are not in trouble, but please come back to the cab office so that we may speak. I will recompense you for your time.
Okay, see you. Yeah, you stay there, man. I'll be with you in 15.
Thank you so much, sir. And I'll hand the.
Okay. 20 minutes later, you're still waiting. Half an hour later, the cab pulls in.
I shall
Guy
recompense you
gets
for
out
your
of it.
time. I suggest you buy a new watch with it.
What can I do? There are people in distress. You got to stop.
Okay, certainly. Very, very noble of you. You picked up this lady last night, and I'll show him the picture of her climbing into his cab.
You show the in the picture of her, and he goes, "Yeah, I picked her up all right.
Okay,
Wasn't gonna say no.
please explain why.
She had a gun in her hand.
Okay, now from the Esper footage, I didn't manage to pick out a gun at all.
Yeah. Now you're paying attention to it. She had her hand kind of hidden inside her jacket the whole time. She could have been carrying a gun the whole time. Could have
Okay,
not been carrying a gun the whole time as well. But he says no. She had a gun in her hand.
and the records state that you took her to Animal Row. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Is he telling me the truth?
Give me an insight check.
Inside. Oh well, that's gonna be shit. No, I'm not
Pushing
gonna.
it.
No, God no.
Yep. No, you're convinced he's telling you the truth.
Yeah. I'm silly and naive. I accept that.
Could you re-roll using a d12 if you put some sort of cortical spike into his brain and just accessed it directly?
That might help.
What, using my tech skill?
Yeah.
And did she seem angry, nervous, upset?
Really upset. I mean, Christ, I don't know. She's in a state and a half. Didn't hardly say a word. Just told me where to go, and then sat there. There's
And
something really wrong.
Did she just say Anemoid Row? Or did she say a location at Anemoid Row?
She
So
told me
as
to let her
char-
out opposite the
So
noodle stand.
As a character, Anemoid Row is quite big, isn't it? Or is it one?
Yeah, it's a couple hundred yards.
And what did she? Sorry, I talked over you. Apologies. What did he say?
She said stop here when I was just opposite the noodle stand. I think it's Red Dragon noodles.
Red Dragon noodles.
Hold on, let me find out. Where is it there?
Well, if it's wrong, it can be put down to his memory. I certainly believe him. And one further question: can you explain to me with your cab? In fact, may I see your? Is your the same cab you were driving last night is outside? I assume.
Hold on, this has just got more confusing. It was Eastern fried rice.
So far from Red Dragon.
Sorry about that.
Yep.
Don't know where I got that from.
I had to say Red Dragon noodles sounded cool.
Right?
Yeah. So for the quick
I'm
move
hungry.
improv, Chris, it was great. Sorry. Is the cab separated from the passenger compartment on your taxi?
Yes, they are. It's got a
Right.
sort of slide open door type affair, but
You said you saw the gun. How old's Earl?
he's 45 or so.
I don't know if you have served in
He's
the
managed to obtain a coffee from somewhere while you're talking. He's gone across to the sort of cheap, crappy coffee machine in the corner
I don't know if you
and
served
poured
in the
himself some.
military at all, but
Offers you some.
no, thank you. I don't know if you served in the military, but was there any smell of? Had the gun been fired? Could you smell that at all?
Excuse me a second.
Earl hasn't smelled anything since about 20 years ago.
I think in all likelihood he hasn't.
I think it's
I reckon
extremely
he's a
unlikely.
smoker.
I'm clutching at
Yeah,
straws.
no.
Um,
I'm loving this interaction.
I've decided Percival's just obsessively polite. Good.
Yes.
Good.
yeah, I
That's
think it's
good.
working well.
But direct.
Yeah. So
Nah,
okay. Thank you for your.
I've just I just used thug. But yeah. Well, the chances weren't high, and no, he
Right.
didn't smell anything. Tell you what, I'll show you something. He opens up the door and says, "Stick your head in there."
Smell
Oh
inside.
God.
Is it
Smells
stink?
slightly of vomit.
Okay.
Someone throw up.
Oh, and an acquired smell, I suppose. Okay.
Yeah, well,
I do
luckily I can't smell it too bad from the front.
Yes. Chris, am I am I effectively using a Chinyan point? For this?
Yes, if you're yes, you are.
Yeah. Okay. So I
You
need to take one of
complete
those.
with that. Hey, God, you got some freshener there. This thing
Oh,
stinks.
Right. Hang on a sec. How do you take off Chinyan points? I've just added 2 by accident rather than clicking it off.
You click with the other mouse button, I think.
Aha! God, it's clever. A stupid person wouldn't have realised that. I shall. It was a parting comment. Please allow me to pay for the cleaning up of the inside of your cab, and then I'll give him money. And I'm not bribing him. I'm just giving him some money to clean the inside of his cab.
Okay, well, he thinks it's a bribe and he's very pleased about it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
I think that's me finished.
I think that's us done there.
Unless you guys have anything.
Anything you want to add to that?
No blood splatter on her or anything like that.
What that he
Well,
saw?
if you go back to the picture, I think it's raining, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's always raining. Ever
Sorry,
since-
yes,
ever
that's a
since
good
the
question.
weather broke down.
You saw the gun. Did she have any blood on her or her coat or anything like that?
Not that he would have seen, no.
Okay. Good question, though, Bruce. I just thought that.
Yeah, good one.
So key points. She went to Anamide Row. She had a gun out, and specifically, it seemed to be near Eastern Fried Rice. Might not be there, but that's just where she got dropped off. Okay.
All right.
But somebody at Eastern Fried Rice might remember something, and we can follow the trail from there.
I love the totally legit Billy Bob's. No, it's not Billy Bob's, is it? It's the taxi place.
So is that what you guys doing next? I thought
No,
you're going to
we're
Anamide
going to
Road.
Anamide
No.
Road. Yeah.
You've also got a couple of other things to deal with as well at some point. I mean, you might want to check out the source of that picture, for instance. I don't know, it's up to you.
Mm,
Doc Badger.
which picture?
Oh, Badger.
Oh,
don't know what other
that
ones
was
are.
it.
Anyway,
Yes.
yeah.
Doc Badger feels like Kill
Lilith
Magazine feel
Labs.
like daytime activities, not evening, nighttime activity.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Stupid question. Bullet Bob's Runner Supplies. That's not in Anamide Row as well, by any chance, is it?
Let me just check something. Sorry. Right, got it. What was that question? Sorry.
Where's Bullet Bob's Runner's Supplies?
Not too far away. It's not on Anamide Road, no.
Not okay. Right. Okay. Leave that. Okay.
All right. So we're going with the intention to kind of loiter with intent, aren't we?
Fair enough. I think, however, given that it's getting close to 10, in 7 minutes, we're probably not going to resolve this one. So can we maybe call it then? We'll start with Anamide Road next time. Is that all right?
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yep, no, that makes sense. And
Let's wait for
presumably
it.
we can use the information about Eastern Fried Rice.
Yeah, but that happened like 30 minutes after he arrived.
Yeah, but it's
stop, Andy?
location,
So-
not time. Like a shift is like 6 hours,
Yeah,
so
Yeah.
But I think
we
that
can
didn't
watch there
take-
for an hour and then get the nod that Eastern Fried Rice, the noodle stand called Eastern Fried Rice.
Yeah. I think that's
No,
what it says.
it's not a noodle stand. Surely it's
Great.
a fried rice stand.
I think Red Dragon Noodles is best. Anyway, I might change its name if I
It
can
is.
figure out how
We should change it.
I quite like
changes
the idea
pin.
that there's a noodle stand called Eastern Fried Rice. I think that.
Bakker insists on getting food because she hasn't eaten much today, and she goes to a place called Red Dragon Noodles before we even start looking for anyone.
Okay. Are we
I might change it.
Are we leaving it there then?
Leaving it there for now. Can you stop
Okay.
the...
Yeah,
Perfect.
Okay. So, thanks anyone watching. Bye for now, and there'll be another episode at some point soon.
Thank you. Sorry about that, guys.